Hi everyone, Mitcher Simmer here. So I'm going to continue with the Granger Heartland, Kansas City to Topeka line. I'm going to do this scenario next, Industry Standard Part 1. It says you'll be running a freight local bound for Industries at Miller. First you'll need to collect your consist and haul them to Miller. Morning engineer, we need to get our locomotives to Armourdale Yard Siding 06 and couple this locomotive to the cars, where the rear locomotive will become the lead for most of the journey. We're clear to operate through the yard. I recommend running through Armourdale Yard Siding 012 to get to our cut of cars. So let's take a look. Well, literally 3 tasks. Alright. So, let's see. We are here. So, and then we need to go to siding, but they're saying run through 12. So, should be all set there. I think we're okay. Just need to get down here. All set here. And then once again, we just want to get all of this aligned. I'm not quite sure, maybe because we don't have a direction. That may be why we're not seeing anything. There we go. Alright, so that should be enough. And then, yeah, we'll get ourselves there, and that'll work. So let's move forward a bit here. So we've got a couple locomotives, but alright, so just got a couple there. So we'll get ourselves set. Alright, and then we want to go through here. That'll get us through on 12. Alright, and that'll get us through there. So we'll turn this around. And then we'll move back this way. So let me get myself about up to speed, because then it drifts pretty well because we don't have a lot of grade up here in the Midwest, so it'll move along there. But we're going to couple to the front of UP 1364-14. So I'm in 1364, so there we go. We just have to get to the other side and then pop on. And as long as I don't make any errors, we're starting with 1,000 points here, and so this scenario will just function that way. But yeah, we're going to couple there, and then we're going to go to Miller 03, wherever that is. So we're going to have to then, take this over to that location. But we'll see what that looks like later, but it probably isn't too substantial, given that we only have 40 minutes to get done, so probably before 9 a.m., I would think. Because, yeah, I mean, if we don't, then we're really running behind. But I'm assuming the consist got a little heft to it, given that we're utilizing 2 locomotives to get this done. should be getting close to that line there. There we go. So I'm gonna move up a bit, kind of what I've done before when I've worked this yard. See, I've done a scenario here where I had something right on this next line here on 13 that we were then going by, but that is gone at this point, so looks like it's not here, but obviously there's other things there. So we're on 12, 13, 14, 15, so yeah, that first consist we're seeing is ours. That's 16. So ending with those 3 boxcars, or 4 boxcars it looks like. Actually, those look like wood cars, so I think that's planking stacked on there. But we're about halfway through the yard here where we need to be. So we started at about 1.09 miles, we're down to half a mile. And once again, we're going to need to stop on that siding before we do anything else. So yeah, it's just being careful. Oh, there is a little bit still sitting here on 13. Looks like some hopper cars for our load. Now we're not really going to be able to see, but thinking we're close here. Yep, definitely getting near the end. Just double checking again. Yep, switches are set. So I'll just let myself get through there, and then we'll start to slow down and reverse and get things onto the front as we're supposed to. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on the brakes here. There we go. We are clear. 14, so 12, 13, 14, 15. This should be 16. Yep. And we should be able to see it when we go the other way. Alright, able to get started here. But basically where that is flipped white will be where we'll be moving over. I don't want to go too fast because I will have to stop. But obviously I want to get there, so. But once I start turning, I can probably start to slow down, because the last thing I want is to suddenly turn and realize that there's cars right there, so. But got a little ways to go at least. There we go. Oh, looks like they're digging over there, doing some work in the yard on the ground. Alright, so we'll get ourselves stopped, because I think that's what we're going to need to do. And then our next step, again, will be to couple the cars, and then we'll figure out where Miller 03, I guess I can do that now. Alright, so Miller 03 is back there. This looks like it's all on. Okay, conductor, I recommend changing the switches now to set our path out, just in case it's forgotten after coupling up. So these, I think, are automatic. We obviously can't switch anything. So we're talking about the yard. So yeah, let me get that going here. Where are we? There we are. Alright. So we've got our switches. We're out and about. So I think we're okay. So just let ourselves drift in. Get connected up. Alright, I'll handle the radios. Alright, you do that. Conductor of UP 1344 to Armourdale Control Yard. Go ahead. We're coupled up and ready to proceed down to Miller. UP 344 understood. Proceed to the western exit parallel with Kansas City siding 191 and expect to stop and wait. Alright. So parallel. Alright, we'll proceed to the western exit and await further instructions. Okay, so parallel to that siding. That's what it said. Alright. Alright, let's head out. Hopefully there's not too much of a wait. Alright, but we've got 7 miles. Again, we've got a lot more weight, so obviously this is taking more energy to speed up much, much more slowly. But I want to be careful, again, that we're not going too fast. Let's see, because if we stop, yeah, we're immediately slowing down, which is what I would expect. But it's always, you know, dangerous to know. So I should be able to operate up here. At least be able to see more clearly. Alright. So, yep, everything looks good on the switches. I guess I'll be surprised if I get flagged for anything. Now, we've got to pay attention to the signals, obviously, because as they said, we may be asked to stop and we'll likely have to hold some. But I'm sure some of that depends on how quickly we get to where we're headed. So, looks green on the ground there, so I'm thinking that means we're okay. And yeah, this looks like it's an automatic switch, so not much we can do there as far as turning it ourselves. So this will move us over. Alright, but we've got the yellow, the blinking yellow up ahead. So I'm assuming we need to be careful. this should run us down this way. And one more over, and then we'll be parallel to that siding as it said. So that's the western exit, so it's likely we might have to wait there. But there's a ways to get to that exit, so. But pretty calm. A little movement there. There we go. So that train's waiting back there. At the other side, all looks good. All right. All right. So we're not seeing anything as far as any signals coming up yet. Armadale Yard Control to UP-1344. You are cleared to exit the yard and proceed to Miller. Alright, well, there you go. Copy that. UP-1344 out. So we're getting to the western exit here, and then we'll go shortly, I would imagine we're going to be able to accelerate because we'll be out of the yard, but again, I don't think we're even at the western exit yet. Yeah, we're not even there. So my guess is if I had stayed right up at 15, I might have been that little bit closer, but don't know. And in the end, since I always tend to speed, it's probably best to just be careful, do my best, and get a good result. But yeah, it looks like we can go 40. Now again, these are one of those, like, it's like they're overlapping or something. It's just very strange. So I've always had difficulty looking out the window and seeing the signs and so forth. I wonder if I hang out the side, if I can see differently. I'm not sure. So, alright. We've got a green. One below it, obviously, is for the next switch, typically. So we can't move over, or we're not going to move over to the next track, so we're just getting switched onto here and then continuing. but it looks like 40 might be our best option here, and all of this is pretty close. It's all within a half mile that we're seeing. Again, we won't be able to increase speed until the back of the train is past it. So best we can do is just kind of keep this driving forward so that we get there as quick as we can. But again, just a very flat and hopefully uneventful run here. So I'm assuming that red again is for now this switch area that's coming up, where it was red, because we can't switch over to the other side. Or maybe it will have us switch to the other side. I don't know. Obviously, they're all automatic switches here, so. Yeah, it does look like it's moving us over. So, I think, there we go. So we can go ahead and go now. Just don't want to get wheel spin. Alright, so it looks like 30 is all we can do. And that's obviously that garbled sign we passed. But if I can get myself going that way, hey, that's twice as fast as I was going in the yard, so that'll be a good thing. Oh, and there's a train waiting. I didn't even really see him. Alright, so we got a bit of a bridge here. So, there we go. Just gotta jump back up front again. Alright, now I can go 60, huh? Alright. Ooh, moon's coming out. Or hasn't set yet, I guess. Alright, so it's a pretty long train going the other way. But probably, again, what I would expect. I'm just trying to be careful so I don't get any wheel spin or anything, to really have myself moving along, and then maybe go ahead and open her up. So hopefully this will work. Now we just need to keep an eye on up ahead, because obviously we've got some signals. Looks like we might even be able to speed up a bit more. I don't know that I doubt we'll be anywhere near 60 in the half mile. So there's another train already, so you can see this is a pretty busy line, that's for sure. Because, I mean, we are moving along, so I'm sure the trains are separated by a couple miles, but still. Either that or we're hitting another yard here. Let's see. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I guess there's some stuff off on the side. Alright, so we're yellow, so we just need to be careful, because that probably means we're going to need to slow down at some point. Next signal might be red. No, but we got to be down to 30 in a mile and a half. So while I can move along a bit, I do have to be careful, because just as it takes a long time to start up, This thing's gonna take a long time to slow down, probably. So let's see what this looks like. Alright. Don't understand, why is the brake taking so long? That's better. But yeah, we are definitely heading along here. I think once I get to 35, I can maybe back off a bit, because it'll probably coast the rest of the way. By the time the brake backs off, it'll continue having it on. So, got a little bit of speed, but not much. So, I'll just be careful here. Maybe get myself pretty close to 31. Whoops. Are we supposed to be stopped? Or no, I think it's telling us going straight. We can't do that, but because we're moving over, we should be okay. But I see we had to be down to 40. There was nothing that told us that, so I guess it's good that we're slowed down. Hopefully this 30 will work. Nothing will surprise us there. 2 miles to go, though. So we'll be able to move a bit faster for a short distance, but once again, it's gonna then require us to brake pretty quickly. So again, if we're looking back, switching through there, but yeah, we're gonna be at like 1 3/4 miles, so not much we're gonna be able to do to accelerate. But I should be able to get going there. Alright. So far, uneventful, which is nice. Alright, we gotta be down to 15. 3/4 of a mile, so I guess then we're in a yard there. Alright, we know it took a while to get ourselves to have any actual braking, so let me try to get this going. Yeah, we've still got to slow down 15 miles an hour. Though at this point it looks like it's going much, much faster on the deceleration. So we'll let it back off a bit here. I might be able to just drift in at this speed. Might still need some brake, but we'll see. Yeah, we probably do need a bit here. Alright, that should be enough, because now it will keep slowing down, but as long as we're below 16, we shouldn't get any kind of flagging on this. But yeah, we're here in the yard, and there's Miller number 3. So I'm not sure if that was immediately the first one Looks like it. So, hitting the wrong buttons again, or always confused. It's like escape should bring something up, but it doesn't. Alright, so now we can go 15 to finish everything up. And then we will stop once I get everything in the yellow, is I think my target for certain. About half the train in there right now. But that moon is nice. Alright, I'm thinking we can go now. Because as I thought, this is going to take a little bit of time to even engage. But there we go. Get ourselves stopped. I'm sure we'll just run through a bit of time at that point, and then we'll be good. So, pretty simple scenario. I'm assuming we're going to be good. But there you go. We're on number 3. So, hope you enjoyed the ride along. But this is the best result I've had. Okay, we're expected to stay here for a while, as a few other trains are expected. We'll leave the sorting until later. Alright, so there you go. 1000 XP. Got a different achievement for being over 800. But pretty straightforward. I'll see you next time.